This episode was a lot, you guys. Noel, Cynthia's daughter, came out fluid as could be. Surprise, surprise. Turns out she is flowing into the pond of lesbianism. I am shocked.
Shot it on poppin', you can take a little trip if you want it. Little trip, take a look. Smoking out the W, I just need another. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
What's up, you guys? Your girl Gigi is back. As you can see, we gotta talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just recorded that video for you guys, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But nonetheless, you guys, like I was trying to say, we were talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta today. Basically, we got a lot more backstory of what's going on between Porsha and Dennis. They actually ended up going to therapy at the end of this episode, but they didn't even get to last the whole session, so we gonna get into all of that. But first, y'all gotta do your girl a favor. Hit that subscribe button, and if this is your first time tuning into your girl, let me welcome you to Big West Sub. Go ahead and join the fam as well by hitting that subscribe button, okay? Subscribe, like I just said, to my channel. Alright, let's get into this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So basically, it opens up with Cynthia and Kandi trying to take Porsha out so they can explain to her what really happened with the whole OLG situation, and sincerely, because Kenya couldn't help but be messy and run back to her. So, they both get there together. Kandi's just kind of talk about her life, getting off the dungeon tour, trying to settle down, prepare for the new baby. And, Porsha pulls up and she's all happy and stuff, at least fake happy. And she's talking about, how she's on maternity leave, but she's not ready to go back to work, to leave her little baby PJ, because she's had all this time with her. But Porsha, you need to take your behind back to work, because Dennis might got this little hot dog empire, but, you can never have too much coinage. So they're ordering food, and what made me laugh was she's like, let me get this Hennessy and Coke, because she is no longer breastfeeding, y'all. She gave that stuff 3 weeks, and she said, nope, not doing it. My nipples hurt. She's like, they're going this way and that way. But she's like talking about getting a boob job, but she's like, well, I got to wait till I have other kids. And Kandi was like, oh, you plan to have other kids? And she was like, thinking about it, she's like, well, I don't want to have two different baby daddies. Now, when she said that, it just like rung a bell to me like an alarm, because it's like, okay, you're saying that, so does that mean you're going to take Dennis back just for the purpose of having a sibling that is, still bloodline to yours? Like, that'd be pretty, that'd be crazy. Like, you would allow this nigga to go out here and do all the stuff that he did to you, but you just gonna take him back and have sex with him one night so your baby can have a sibling. Like, what the hell, Porsha? That logic is a no. So, nonetheless, she gets right into it, talking to to Kandi and Cynthia. She asked them, okay, why did you tell me about, OLG? Now, Kandi broke it down as simple, like, look, girl, we barely just got back friends. We cool now. I didn't want it to come back to you. Like, here it go again. Kandi bringing the mess. Because last year when Kandi tried to tell her about her man, Porsha didn't want to hear it. She didn't want to hear about him, giving everybody Rolexes and having, bitches tattooed all over him like he was a chalkboard. She didn't want to hear all that. And you see where it got her now. But Porsha understood. She's like, look, I get it. But, then they got Cynthia turned it right back around, though. She wasn't wasting no time. She's like, look, I don't want to get in all your business, a.k.a. girl, give me the tea. She's like, so what is really going on with you and Dennis? And, she's talking about how Dennis moved out. They're shocked by that because, obviously they hear all the stuff on the blogs, and they're asking how she's going to work it out with Dennis, but because he's moved out, that obviously makes stuff a little bit more difficult, especially with the co-parenting. She's explaining like it's really hard because, they text and they get in arguments, so then they try to talk about PJ, then she gets mad and she tries to tell him why she's upset. Like, it's a whole situation. But at the end of the day, she wants Dennis, to still be a present father in her kid's life, which both of them understand. Kandi understands perfectly because the whole situation with Riley's dad, y'all remember how that mess went. So then they start getting how annoying it was, the fact that Kenya went and ran her mouth to Porsha, and only reason she did that was because Porsha told him some mess about Eva that kind of wasn't even really translated the right way. But we all know how Kenya is. This is her first season back, from her little hiatus. So she ain't gonna let this opportunity slip out her hands. She is gonna cause as much mess as possible. So they had a very good talk. Porsha actually ended up getting up and hugging both of them because it was just, everything was so great and sweet. So I think after that, actually, we see Eva. She's at Dish because she is the replacement for Porsha at the moment. She is getting her makeup done, and Cynthia calls her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sitting here, waiting on my replace, to see what Porsha's gonna do, basically." So she's like, "Oh, I actually was just with Porsha. I had lunch with her." And, Eva at this moment is not having a good, time with Porsha because she doesn't like how she ran back and told Kenya about the whole kid situation. And Cynthia understands, she tried to say Eva, wasn't meaning it that way. And this is going to get Cynthia in a lot of trouble, I think, this season. She's always trying to be Switzerland. And sometimes when you take no sides, you really are taking a side. It don't help. So then, Eva starts going in. You're like, do these girls got anything better to do? Because Cynthia had to tell her she was a topic of her conversation when she left. She's like, I gotta get these bitches together, read them. I gotta get the girls, their baby hair, their wig lines, their ponytails, everything. And we all remember how Eva got in Marlo's behind in Tokyo. Like, she read Marlo down boots. And, I guess Eva is ready to do it again this season. So then I think after that we see Kenya, Polo Tink Tink. She's with her baby. Her baby look just like Mark, y'all. Like, that baby is literally a spitting image of Mark. She's trying to be all sweet, FaceTiming her hubby, thinking that she's showing the baby and it's gonna be all good. But his vibe over the phone was just like, ew, it was real funky. And so now, he's talking about the gel in her hair and stuff like that. And Kenya's like, I don't put nothing but all natural stuff in her hair. Now, I don't listen to Kenya for nothing, but I would get hair advice from her because we all know that's her natural hair that is real long like that. So I ain't got to worry about her baby being bald. Like, we ain't got to worry about that. So then, she starts talking about how she took her to swimming practice and she was so much better than other kids. He's like, why you making it a competition now? Like, Mark was just not giving off a good vibe as a husband. So then, Kenya admitted in her confessional sometimes she feels undermined by him. He makes her kind of feel sometimes stupid the way he talks to her just because he has, 2 previous kids from another woman. And he's like, let me see my baby. Like, he's more concerned about seeing the baby than he was talking to Kenya, which was a red flag, girl, red flag. And what was even worse, at the end of the conversation, when she was like, bye, when will we see you again? His response was to say, we'll see. Like, huh? We'll see. Like, oh my God. Like, that was a no-go. So then, I think after that, this is the moment where we see the Noel moment. Y'all, that scene was crazy. So Noel is back home for college. She's talking to Cynthia, and they're on their way somewhere. And, Noel started asking Cynthia about how she was, after her being gone. Cynthia is just fine. She got Mr. Mike Hill with her, giving her a lot of time. And, breaking her back every other day. So I'm sorry, Noel, she's not missing you. She found a replacement. And this replacement knows how to make her feel good everywhere her body, make her toes cringe. Something you can't do. So then they get onto Noel, how she's doing without, Cynthia in college. And she's like, things are good. And, Cynthia's like, I saw a couple of cute guys, and Noel took a whole left turn. She was like, yeah, there's a couple of cute girls that I'm interested in romantically. And Cynthia kind of looked, and I was thinking the same way, like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Noel, you telling us you like a little puss? Like, what's going on? I mean, we've heard about the typical stuff of, girls going to college and they want to experiment. And, Cynthia asked, like, so does this mean you're bi? And she's like, I don't want to do labels. I hate when people do that. Like, girl, you are what you are. You either like men, you like girls, or you like both. Like, there's always going to be a label for something. Like, I get it. But Noel, you don't want to, put a caption on it. Okay, whatever. But Noel's hair was extra cute. I like the way she did those dreads. It was really cute on her. But, Cynthia took it well. She was like, look, I just want you to love who you love. Like, I don't care who it is. But she started asking questions. So, like, who can I be expecting? Like, well, right now, are you into guys? Right now, are you into girls? Like, Noel was overloaded. But we also saw how Noel was talking about, learning her relationship, how to deal with the relationship from her mom. Because she's like, all I know is, you and Peter, and like, remember the time I asked if you had low self-esteem, because she's like, and they did the flashback, and it was, Noel saying like, you don't stay with somebody just to argue unless you have low self-esteem. Like, Noel was very mature for her age. So she basically like, I learned, not to settle in relationship, basically from seeing Cynthia's fuck ups. That's basically what she was saying. Mom, you messed up so much, I learned what not to do. So then we see Cynthia, actually the next scene, meets Kenya. Now Kenya got this new fancy cars, this Teslas, them new, ecosystem cars. She don't even know how to work it. The door open and closing. So they meet in some type of spiritual voodoo shop, for spirits and stuff, and cleanse energy. And they go in, and Kenya was kind of being petty, trying to go with the theme of energy, because she feels salty about how Eva was saying she didn't want to bring her kids, to the birthday party or the Barbie party. So Cynthia's like, well, Eva came with good energy. Like, she brought you a present. Kenya's like, the present I will be returning. And she was like, Kenya is feeling away, because she's like, wait a minute, like, this girl Eva just talked way smack about you last year, talking about like you bought a boyfriend or something like that. And we all know Eva likes to backpedal, but at this moment, her and Cynthia are good. They made up. But Kenya is annoyed because she's like, I'm your ride or die right now, but you're allowing somebody to talk this smack about me. She was getting a little buck with Cynthia. Cynthia had to tell her to bring it down 3 notches. She's like, I'm not Brooklyn, child. Like, bring it down. And Kenya was not having it. She was like, oh, since I got bad energy, what can we use for this? So they going around talking about sage and everything, like being real petty. Like, we obviously see the beefs this season is going to be Porsha and Eva, and I guess looking like Kenya and Eva now. So Cynthia, you keep running the middle line, and it's not getting you nowhere, which is why people often think you're a flip-flopper, because like, if you're gonna have a friend, you gotta stand on that side, which is what Kenya was expecting. But it was weird, because in the next scene where her and Kandi, were going dress shopping for Pride, Eva comes in and she's talking about how she's BFFs with Eva, and Candy's like, huh? Like, wait a minute, that's not how this works, because you and Kenya are supposed to be BFFs. Like, Eva and Kandi kind of bonded over, the pregnancy stuff. She was going through with a surrogate. Eva's pregnant. They got stuff to talk about, basically. So, no, actually, before we get to that, we got to talk about how Porsha had over Shamia. Now, she had over Shamia. Shamia looked really good with that bob. I really thought that was cute on her. But they have over Shamia. They both got babies now. Like, they have stuff in common. They go to the little nursery / mama den to drink little Seagrams and chit chat. And this is where Porsha reveals she had a moment of weakness and let Dennis come in and hit it. Like, she's like, girl, my 6 weeks was up. Like, I needed a fulfillment that needed to be, done. And basically, PJ had a doctor's appointment. Dennis went with her. And after he basically liquored her up, they had a Netflix and chill moment. She's like, dang, I woke up and my baby daddy was next to me. And she's like, I knew I smelt it on you. I knew it, Porsha. She's just like, I'm human. Like, and now I feel so much regret, because now she's like, well, dang, like, I let him hit. So now he's going to be thinking like, oh, everything I did, is out the window. Like, he didn't do nothing wrong. But now Dennis actually brought up the idea of therapy. So they're going to go to therapy together. And she's not ready for the truth or not. She doesn't know if she's ready to hear what actually happened. And this is going to be a big thing for Porsha. Dennis, you real smart. You knew how to slide in there. He's like, I know if I give her a couple shots of Hennessy, they always say Hennessy will make you want to do one of two things. It's either fuck or fight. So that, I guess they did both. So now they want to go to therapy, and they got to figure out whether they want to fix it or not, or Porsha does. Since he got the ring back and all. I forgot to tell you about that. This fool took the ring back. You the one who went out cheated, and now you asking for the ring back. Porsha, you should have pawned that stuff by now. That's what you should have did. I can't believe he really asked for the ring back. Y'all, I would have slapped him in the face had he asked me after doing that. Hey, yeah, I was sleeping with no girl, but can I get the ring back? Nigga. So, back to the scene where Cynthia and Kandi are together. They're at the dress shop. Eva comes in, and after the whole best friend moment, they get on Nene, because Nene, they haven't talked to neither of them. And it's awkward, you know, but Eva's not fazed by it. But what she is, you know, fazed by is the fact that, you know, Kenya ran back and told Porsha ran back and told Kenya, you know, what she said. And Kandi admitted to like, oh, well, she probably is feeling away because of how it was translated. So that's why Eva has an issue with Porsha. Now, I guess Porsha posted something on IG about how Eva's gonna backpedal as she has been known to do on her IG. So we're gonna be looking out for that. And she started going into my, oh, she's worried about our business. Maybe I need to send her some blogs so she can worry about her business instead. You know, well, her little bum was swinging. She's ready to read Porsha this season. And, you know, Eva definitely has the capability of doing it. So, this is going to be very interesting to see. And then Cynthia, you going to have to choose a side. You got to choose a side. So then we actually see this moment too where Marlo and Kandi get together. We finally see a real moment with Marlo, non-superficial. We see that she has to take care of her nephews because I guess her sister is diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, and they had to take her to a mental facility. And I think I said this before, Marlo is the type of person she is because she is dealing with a lot in her life. And I think that's why she doesn't film it. She doesn't want people to know all this stuff that she's going through. People who go through rough stuff are the meanest ones. So Marlo has time to sit there and be messy and be rude and poke at people because she's got a lot of stuff built up in her, a lot of scars. And I called that from day one. Only reason Marlo can do this, people who go through a lot of rough stuff do it to other people. They say hurt people. And that's definitely an example of Marlo. And had she been this real, she might have got a peach by now. But, you know, having that sentimental moment with Kandi was finally good to see. Kandi understands it. And she actually tells Marlo, like, look, you know, neither of us have talked to Nene. I'm sure the girls would love to see you without Nene because all we know of Marlo is she is Nene's mouthpiece. Whichever way Nene switch her ass, she is there to stick her face in it. Like, that's all she does. She always is behind Nene and riding her coattail. And I think also we have heard that Nene was pissed at Marlo at one point for becoming friends with Cynthia. So Marlo, you might want to jump ship with Nene because as much as Nene wants to claim she's HBIC, people really don't fuck with her like that. So we finally get this scene where Porsha is going to therapy. She's on the phone with her sister and talking about how she's worried, like she doesn't know if she wants to move on or stay with him. The sister went through infidelity with her baby daddy, and the sister is like, girl, it's hard, so you can try to work it out, but she just don't know. But all Porsha wants is the truth. So the cameras weren't allowed inside, but we see the little time lapse of 30 minutes later, 35 minutes later, Porsha comes running out and she is bawling. And we finally get to see what, I guess she tells her sister Lauren because they're back at the house and she's explaining to Lauren what happened. And she's like, girl, we sit down and the therapist asks why we're here. She's like, look, I just want the truth. I just want everything to come out. So then the therapist asks Dennis, okay, what do you have to say? And Dennis wants to throw in the crocodile tears. And she's like, immediately I knew when he did that. It's like, why the hell are you crying? And he admits to cheating her while she was pregnant, y'all. The most disrespectful thing a man can do is cheat on a woman while she's pregnant. Growing the human inside you that you helped make. Basically, your human, nigga. I'm holding your child. And you can go out in the streets and do your dirt. Like, it is so messed up. And Porsha has always had this idea of family. Her and Kenya have the same messed up idea. Like, they probably let a lot of red flags go just for the fact that they so badly wanted this family. Now, look where it got you. And Porsha, half the people are like, this is what you get. You should have listened to, you know, all the people before you. And then the other half are like, well, dang, regardless, you still didn't deserve it. So now she's crying. Her and Lauren are crying. Lauren understands. And she's like, look, I watched you go through this stuff. And, you know, if you can overcome it, then so can I. Like, there's no way I can get over it. She said she mushed Dennis in the face, y'all. I was imagining what she did. Like, I could see it. You know, the moment from Best Man. Boy, that scene, like, that's how I would have been. Straight mushed him in the face.
And what the fuck is that smell?
Woo. You know, you got some nerve blaming me for your skeletons, mister.
Jordan?
So you guys, the episode ends with them crying, and it's just really intense. So I guess this season, y'all, it's gonna be a lot of cheatation, a lot of babies, just a lot of stuff. Y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what you thought about the episode. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.